We're live, I think. Probably. Anywho, welcome back, everybody. It has not been that long. I've taken a few days off of streaming. We're continuing to make backlogs. Did a lot of React content. I recently, by the time this comes out, I'll have reacted to the Great Tatalov and that new music video for 2.0. I don't know if I've uploaded the reactions to the fan animations by Toma. I have recorded those. I don't know if they'll be up by the time that this stream ends up as a VOD on my YouTube channel. And beyond that, there's not much other stuff going on in news besides the fact that I'm still kind of sick. And what else was there? How close are we actually getting to this? 141, we're halfway there. Yeah, we're not getting this anytime soon. In lighter news, we're going to be trying to do the Tales of the Fantastic, or whatever it's called. Maybe we'll get to Pure Fiction later, because I know that that's like the continuation version of it. We're just unlocking game modes and creating a backlog of content before 2.0 comes out. And because my streaming schedule is becoming a little bit more erratic, like for instance today is a Friday, and I don't normally stream on Fridays, because I'm not normally available to do so. But my work schedule's been all thrown out of whack and inconsistent. My school schedule has changed, and as it is right now, I have free time, but that's going to be changing in the future. So we're probably no longer going to be streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays moving forward. And if we do stream on Monday and Wednesdays moving forward, it'll probably be around it'll be like after 9 o'clock. It'll be like a real late night stream. So it might be like close to midnight if we start streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays moving forward. As for Tuesdays and Thursdays, that seems to be where work has me the busiest, so we might just not stream at all on those days, or we might be streaming early in the morning for like an hour or 2 hours tops, if at all. So that just means more short form content like Lost Branch, because those streams are really short. We do a single run of the roguelike. But those of you who are here for Star Rail are here for Star Rail. So we'll wrap up this intro with a 10 warp because we have another standard. I want to get up to that 300 eventually. Maybe we'll pull a Bronya or a Himiko at some point. Japard I think I don't really need, although I would like to have a Japard since I have his signature light cone. But in fact, I'd actually probably like a Bailu too, just to have a 5-star abundance unit. But I don't really know what my pity is at right now because it's been so long. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. So we're definitely at low pity. Wait. Oh, I've never done any of these. Did I math that right? What was the last 5-star I pulled from here? Oh yeah, Sleep Like the Dead. I got the Yanqing's Light Cone. That's what we got. So yeah, we're at 27 pity, about to be very likely 37 pity, because I doubt I'm going to get another early 5-star. Anyway, let's go. Alrighty. What do we got? Show me that purple. Come on, what's the purple? Oh, Under the Blue Sky. I believe that's supposed to be Hanya and Shuye in that light cone. I'm always excited to get a new 4-star light cone that I haven't gotten before. And actually, I said I would look into this in a previous stream. So I looked into this, and those of you who are on my Discord will be up to date on this. I looked into what's available here in the exchange. And apparently these rotate every month. And the characters on my list of rotations are... So right now, January and July, we have March and Tingyun. It's so weird that they don't have March and March. It's going to be Hook and Pela when it gets to next month for February as well as in August. And in March, it does look like we can get Xingqiu from here, so as well as in September. So we have enough for 2 characters. So in March, we'll grab a Xingqiu from here, and in September, we'll grab another Xingqiu from here. Happy birthday to me, right? So we're gonna hoard these until I have at least an E4 Xingqiu, and then maybe I'll consider doing other stuff. Because Xingqiu is my favorite character to build currently, and it's one of the only 2 fully built characters I have, which is Xingqiu and Silverwolf. And that'll get her all the way up to E3 just by September by playing the game. And who knows, maybe we'll pull for more of copies of her at some point. But I want her E4 just so we have another chance of a follow-up attack. What is her... I don't know what her E6 does. That's pretty good. I really think it's weird that enhanced basic attacks don't generate skill points. I know it would make characters like Blade busted, but for characters like Xingqiu, it really hurts their viability. The fact that their enhanced basics don't generate skill points. It's still a basic. It should generate a skill point. Anyway, I've delayed long enough. It's been 8 minutes since we started this. Tales of the Fantastic. Ugh. Legends past and present. So what is all this about? Chapter 1. So we gotta talk to Mr. Xinyan. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm drinking probably somewhere around 1.5 gallons a day right now.
Get some rest while you can, and gather your strength.
Alright, Mr. Xinyan. Let's not accidentally start pure fiction while we're here.
Must be bent again to reach straightness, and finding truth from exaggeration.
Tell me something about the High Cloud Quintet. Did you look at this brain of mine in my storytelling world again? How could I just forget about that? Which reminds me, I have a favor to ask you. There's been a lot going on aboard the Sand Show recently. The Ambrosial Arbor's new growth, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus causing a ruckus, and the news feed report that you've played no small part in keeping the peace. There's no literature on the market right now, and really capitalizing on this, I'm thinking, why not go ahead of the curve and make a killing at the box office, I so humbly invite you to tell me your basic heroic exploits. I'll definitely spin out a brilliant story and just get my hands on those first-hand accounts of yours. So you want a recap of what happened? Wonderful, if you would be so kind. Mr. Xinyan takes out his phone and prepares to record your tales. In a world where memes and cringe collide, one trailblazer must rise to the occasion. It all started with this cute girl known as Little Miss March, and some old wise man called Grandpa Yang. You rattle off your journey so far aboard the LaFu, and the deep dramatic voice adopting the style of hit web drama 3-Minute Butterfly Merceria. Oh god. His attention span seems to be waning. It was a lot of political thriller for a good half of the Zansho Luofu. He even turns his phone sideways during the Battle of Evermist Mansion, no doubt to sneak in a couple hands of Celestial Jade. This woman who called herself the Galactic Baseballer was locked in a heated battle against the Master Primus of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, and for the Zansho, that was the battle of life and death. Evildoers, meet thy maker. Oh. This is where we fought Don Shu. Interesting. So basically we're going to recap the story and fight some of the key story bosses. That's probably what this is about, huh?
Time for a buzz.
No manners, huh? Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Test. 0 points.
Commencing research.
I've been rebuilding some characters, but I finally got Asta up to a point where she's kind of usable in my current team comps, and because of her trace where she gets burned, she actually kind of works pretty okay with Dr. Ratio.
Here, try this. Good as new. Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Ugh. Here we go.
I'm asking questions. Answer me. SAS knowledge, the measure of truth.
Get rid of some of these debuffs. Having the cleanse on the ult on Lynx is pretty useful, but I'm starting to realize that it might be a little bit overrated. I honestly feel like it's just better to have units like March or even Natasha, just because having the cleanse that you can choose to put around wherever you want it to be is just
0 points.
a lot better.
More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Who invited you?
Your answers?
Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Time for a buzz. Specimen sighted.
Alright.
No manners, huh?
Test. 0 points.
Can I have fun this time?
I want to get a better artifact on Dr. Ratio. I want to get a crit damage chest piece on him. Because his crit rate is already through the roof. I don't really need his crit rate to be increased any further than it already is.
This combat need. This is double speed.
Who invited you? Huh?
Deep breaths. To
All right.
travel.
Get rid of some debuffs, please.
I'm asking questions. Answer me.
That should break.
You took the bait.
No manners, huh?
Your answers? Test. 0 points.
And we're done. That's pretty easy. So Fantastic Tales is going to be like a recap boss rush, huh? Looks pretty pleased, too. This old fox apparently played a winning hand. Good game. I mean, good story. Are you done with the story, right? Don't look at me like that. I've been listening attentively the whole time. Your story, however, has some issues. Even though the plot is not that boring, it's written in a way that is overstretched, underwhelming, and predictable. Yeah, that does sum up the plot of this game so far. Genshin even more so. That's how it happened. It's a true story. Let me tell you the truth. Hard as it is to hear, who cares about the truth? If you want the truth, just go and watch the news instead. I got news for you, Mr. Shinyan. Not everything the news says is true either. They like to stretch it out to be entertaining too. And hearing you talk about combat, Sai, how should I put it? It's really stale. You hit me when I hit you. It's a bit monotonous. Is he just making fun of the fact that we have turn-based combat in the game? You know about the immersaria genre we have here on Zensho, right? Or perhaps it should be called an interactive fantasy experience. Despite what the IPC thinks, well, those fights are exhilarating, leaping onto roofs and over walls, splitting up in time and space, anything goes. Overall, I think the story is lacking a few exciting elements that we need to draw in an audience. But its commercial potential is unlimited. What should I do? Please hold on 1 second. I'm just fetching something for you. This thing is what we in the industry call a protagonist model. Legend has it that in some immersaria troupe has invented this magical tool for the industrial scale screenwriting. Even though Akavili takes on thousands of different forms within thousands of different nameless, you may have heard that actually there are only a dozen or so archetypical protagonists recycled through these classic Legends of Tales. It shows that there are rules to follow when telling an alluring story. And that's how this thing rose to meet the occasion. Take a gander. All you have to do is set up a diverse range of encounters for the protagonist along the hero's journey, and let the protagonist gain various mystical abilities and treasures, before magnificently defeating a powerful foe. That's how you make a wonderful story. My explanation alone can't do justice, you'd better take a look yourself. In short, protagonist model is like he's making fun of the hero's journey concept and how it's kind of like very archetypical. There we go. So long as you follow its patterns, you can easily craft a pulse-racing, heart-pumping story for your audience. How about this? You and I hit up the site of the former battles. At the Alchemy Commission, revisiting old haunts will definitely get the creative juices flowing. Let's flesh out this protagonist model. Fine, I'll humor you since I'm such a nice and helpful protagonist. I knew you were kind-hearted. Let's push on to the Alchemy Commission. Oh, we're actually going there. I like it when we get to skip places. Why make me navigate a menu to go to a location if you're going to go there with me? We can just go together. If I was not mistaken, the decisive battle in your adventure began right over here at the Evermist Mansion, correct? Correct. You said that this is where you and your companions fought against the Master Primus of the Sanctus Medicus. Was there any conflict that you encountered here, or perhaps did she stoop to any dastardly tricks to really put you between a rock and a hard place? She wasn't even all that tough. I just walked up and started fighting. No, she did the whole thing with the mist towers that we had to turn off because the reinforcements couldn't join us. She wasn't easy, I wouldn't say either. She was just okay. I don't know if I don't remember if I even had Lynx on the team yet at that point. I think I did. I just walked up and started fighting. How is that possible? How can a great battle be exciting without any swerves and setbacks? Give me a moment to sketch out a scene. Ah, here we go. Listen up. The Legion was in cahoots with the Master of the Primus Sanctus Medicus using the arcane powers. They activated elixir cauldrons to spew forth venomous vapors, and they tried to take out the other munificent heroes all in one fell swoop. For a moment, the mesmerizing miasma filled the air of the Alchemy Commission. Despite the vigor and strength of Can, it was too much to deal with and simply overwhelming. Situation grew grave, and Can and her companions concocted a genius plan. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, the realization suddenly dawned that this is the Alchemy Commission in paradise known for forging the elixir of life. The disciples of St. Medicus have received their mandate from the Ruin Author. We, though, can strive for a miracle pill from the Alchemy Commission, turning over a new leaf, born anew through generations of cultivated power. How did this turn into a story about forging a miracle pill? The arena is set inside the Alchemy Commission, right? It's foreshadowing with payoff. Don't interrupt me. It's a good start. Next I'll go a fortuitous encounter. Can study the surroundings carefully, fixating on the 3 elixir cauldrons on display at the Alchemy Commission. Suddenly remembered a Vidyara healer lady had once mentioned these 3 elixir cauldrons, and now they contained essential extracts of everything in the universe condensed elixir. Is he literally critiquing how poor the story writing was in the Lafu and just writing a better version of the story himself? Is that what the gag here is? I feel like that's what the gag here is. Once put together, these 3 divine ingredients can be concocted into the elixir of dragon oil, which can make you a bit born anew and achieve transcendence. That name sounds totally fake. Who on earth is gonna take dodgy drugs like this? This isn't some half-baked cure-all quackery. All it does is help you ascend to the heavens, which is not that far-fetched plot-wise. I'm sorry for the ad-lib naming here. Anyway, what else am I gonna call an elixir of magically imbued powers like this? Let's go with the elixir cauldron over there and keep at it. I'm sure that'll give us some quality inspiration. Okay. Thinking of this, Can jumped right to the elixir cauldron. Stare in silence. What's wrong? I'm afraid it would roast me alive. Is that really safe? Dropping in a meaningless crisis element here would be the work of a hack and a fraud. I think not. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. What happens in the elixir cauldron? Don't worry, it all makes sense. Leaped into the elixir cauldron, but suddenly felt as if the whole world was spinning. Our hero opened their eyes to find themselves turned into a cycrane. The book implies that the hidden containment mechanism in the elixir cauldron, designed by the first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission, anyone trying to take the elixir of life would first be transported to a Fantasia and undergo a trial. You call this makes sense? The first cauldron master got up to some shady stuff, huh? Don't try to confuse me, you're up to my train of thought. First cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission hoped that one day someone could break the containment mechanism, clear the trial, and take the elixir of the dragon oil right back to the nick of time to save the Lafu from certain doom. That what? In a curious twist of fate, Can, none other than the heroic prophesied by the first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission some thousands of years ago. Oh right, that's right, they have divination powers in this fucking Lafu. Yeah, that makes sense. Can concentrated all of her chi in order to concentrate all her chi into her core radius, thus breaking the containment mechanism in Fantasia. Man, I wish this cycrane could fly faster. Concentrated all her chi into their core radius, thus breaking the containment mechanism. Careful, don't get caught by the monsters. Alright. Did it 3 times. All containment mechanisms were gradually lifted by Can's secret treasure. The first cauldron master was revealed. And sent Icefire Lotus. That was weird. I don't know why that was necessary. Kind of wish this was voiced. Can transform into a Cycrane, waving and darting around the elixir cauldron, declare the trial left behind by the first cauldron master. What Can beholds is a lotus blooming with ice crystals, and while in the flames, this medicine has been extinct since the Theophany era. The Ice Fire Lotus. The Ice Fire Lotus is utterly indispensable when concocting elixir of dragon oil. Does such a medicinal herb really exist? Just pretend it does. Let's go then. Next elixir cauldron. Saving these places in person really got my creative juices flowing. Alright, Mr. Xinyan. Having plucked the Ice Fire Lotus, Can seizes the opportunity and leaps into another elixir cauldron. Ah, come on, this again. Let you know repetitive behavior instills a sense of ritual in people. That's why it's important details have to be repeated a few times over and over. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. Alright, we gotta do this Cycrane puzzle again, or is it gonna be a different puzzle? Return to the Fantasia, hunting for a secret treasure left by the first cauldron master of the alchemy commission. Suddenly unsettling aroma aroused the senses. Were it an ordinary person, it would merely be discarded as a mistake. But what kind of hero is Can? A treacherous danger was instantly detected. The book implies that the abundance beast sealed within the cauldron by the first cauldron master of the alchemy commission. Oh, how the mediocre covet such glorious treasures, yet die with hatred at the maw of the beast. First cauldron master was ruthless. That's the trope for treasure hunting stories. The ancient always leave behind these sacred treasures with the fatal booby traps hidden within. Don't ask me why, but it's a screenwriter's convention. Can couldn't help but sneer, asking, is there any danger across all the cosmos in the story that could stop my might? And with a beat of the wings, the hero took to the sky. We gotta go. Alright, one down. Two down. Three. Containment mechanism gradually lifted. Can. Yep, secret treasure revealed. I wonder what the max weight a Cycrane can lift is. Life, Death, Polypore. Can completed another one of the first Cauldron Master's trials. What appeared next before our hero was a mushroom, flitting within and out of existence. It is written that it is no normal mushroom. It sits within a state between existence and non-existence, constantly fluctuating between the real and the imaginary. It is called the Life-Death Polypore. Finally, we're getting down to quantum mechanics. Right, then Can had the Life-Death Polypore, lacking one final medicinal herb before the elixir of dragon oil could be concocted. Why do I get the feeling that you're making up these names as you go? Hey, no way, I actually have a little notebook where I recorded these kind of obscure things that I can show you if you want. So these medicinal herbs, they really do all exist? The names of these medicinal herbs are indeed constructions of my imagination. I mean, not all of them are completely made up. Enough gossip and bluster, let's get to the last cauldron. Keep cooking up a story, why don't we? Ready to start plotting the next part of your story? Having plucked the Life-Death Polypore, Can goes all or nothing, leaping into another elixir cauldron. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. I'm a bird. Are these all going to be like this, I wonder? Back at the Fantasia once more, without a trace of fear or trepidation, Can felt like an old hand. Can calmed right down to the sensitive feelings left behind by the Fantasia. And those feelings were warm, gentle, and liberating. There was never doubt that this was the soul-cleansing grace from the first Cauldron Master. So it's soul-cleansing grace? To sick beasts on people? Don't say that. The first Cauldron Master was thinking ahead about the misuse that might harm the Sin Show. You see, or is that a bit far-fetched? No problem, don't even worry about it. This is just a first script. First script, I tell you. We'll fix it in post. Can knew this warm sensation meant that the most dangerous part of the trial had already passed. What now greeted Can was the first Helm Master's blessing. The first Helm Master's blessing. Take off, Can. Welcome, this is your final trial. Drawing experience from the Foundation, Can was determined to put this knowledge to use to find the Cauldron Master's secret treasure. Alright. 1 of 3. Two of 3. 3 of 3. All the containment mechanisms were gradually lifted. The first Cauldron Master's treasure was revealed. Oh, it's over there. Got a Werebolt Phantophore. Pneumophore. Nermamatophore. Whirlbolt Pneumamatophore. That is a mouthful of word. Alright, Shinyan, what does this do? Completed yet another trial, only to find herself trapped in the vast white fog. Once it cleared, Can saw a huge tree with floating roots. Despite no obvious breeze, the floating roots sway in the air, cleaving the very air in twain with flashes of lightning paired with each swing. This is when the most precious medicinal herb hidden in the Alchemy Commission, the Whirlbolt Pneumamatophore, can be harvested. The best floating roots. Harvested the best floating roots left to the Fantasia of the Cauldron. Whirlbolt, wouldn't that shock me? It doesn't sound like something a Psycrane should touch. No, that's not actually a Psycrane. The result of your own true, pure, unfettered soul projected into the first Cauldron Master's Fantasia. You can't really think of it in terms of normal Psycrane. There is no limit to suspension of disbelief. There is a limit to suspension of disbelief, you know. That's what the audience wants. The competition in entertainment circles is so fierce these days. How are we storytellers supposed to compete with all the razzle-dazzle and hype something like Immersia? There's only one answer. Manufactured outrage. I could say that all the stuff they can't do in Immersia, I can say that they won't dare say in Immersia. Anyway, there's no tax on bragging, and words have a habit of disappearing like the wind. Back to the topic at hand. Previously, our hero Can acquired all 3 medicinal herbs required to concoct the elixir of dragon oil. All that remained was to cast the ingredients into the elixir crucible, and this miracle elixir would be hers. Oh god.
Who goes there?
Can placed the 3 medicinal herbs into the crucible one by one. First came the Ice Fire Lotus. Its fiery heat and blazing cold blended together, bursting into an infinite natural force. Next, the Life Death Polypore. Its quantum impermanence stabilizes the paradox inherent in the Lotus. Finally, Can tossed in the Whirlbolt Pneumamatophore into the crucible, which a flash of thunder and lightning out of the blue, the entire thunderstorm formed inside 1 square inch of the crucible. A thunderstorm in a square inch? That's tiny. Very concentrated thunderstorm. Courage to reach out and put their hand in the storm. After a while, Can's hand pulled out a sparkling medicinal pellet. But that, my friend, is what leads the mortal into the path of immortality. Uh-oh. No. I shouldn't have used that word in the Zan show. Anyways. It's basically a miracle drug that makes you to be born anew and achieve transcendence. Behold, the elixir of the dragon wheel. Swallowed the miracle elixir and instantly felt light as a feather, but as strong as an ox. Our hero could leap 30,000 miles in a second, or lift 10,000 tons. Can knew now is the time to settle the score with those pathetic, detestable disciples of Sanctus Medicus, wreaking havoc on the Zan show. The way you tell it makes me sound like I'm a disciple of Sanctus Medicus. Are we the baddies? Oh god, that's a reference. Listen to yourself. Power in and of itself knows not good or bad. Only people do. Is a kitchen knife evil when it's in the hands of a chef, or when it's in the hands of a murderer? Let's idle chit-chat. Please, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, lend me your ears. Next up we have the main feature, Calamity and Standards of the Commission of Alchemy, Nameless Battles, author of Plagues. You put it like that, and this act will be complete. What do you call complete? What happened to the fight against the Plagues author demon? You don't understand. The most difficult thing for us screenwriters is protagonist development. Once the protagonist character is settled, it's going to be easy to just write in as many battles as you want. Look, this isn't exactly my best writing place for us. Let's come back to Starskip Haven with me. After I process today's inspiration, we can chat more about combat details. That was definitely something. Thank you for helping me sort out my thoughts and get some inspiration. I'll start right away. Took out a notebook and began scribbling at a furious pace shortly after he handed over the manuscript to you, filled with satisfaction. I already written part about the Nameless Battles author of Plagues. That's right, our protagonist is on a quest, that's you, has experienced all these adventures and taken this elixir of life. I have to add a few strokes to the protagonist model so that it's not forgotten next time. Speaking of which, I was left with a ton of inspiration rattling around in my head about after today's trip. I'd like to use some of your side adventures on the Zan show and material for write-ups of side stories. It'll help flesh out your protagonist model. So I'll write out some of your challenging adventures. Why don't you listen and tell me what you think? Tales of the Fantastic. Follow Mr. Shinji and complete the hero's journey and unlock new abilities for the protagonist model. There are different slots of the protagonist model. The plot armor that can be selected for each slot is different. God. Slots and plot armors will gradually be unlocked as you progress through the hero's journey. Using the abilities you earn and points and rewards in Legends Past and Present will also gradually unlock the Legend of the Trailblazer section. Hero's Journey Chapter 1 is complete. Protagonist model can continue to be used after switching to Legends of Past and Present. Hey, to Mr. Shinya, I'm listening to Legends of Past and Present for the first time. Protagonist models obtained during Hero's Journey can be used in other stories. Oh, we get a Himiko and a Herta? That's the Wombo combo. Star-Shattering Blade of Truth. Increase allies' skill damage. Star-Shattering Blade of Truth. Increase allies' follow-up attack damage. Yeah, let's do follow-up attack damage, because that's the meme. Bona Aqua half sweetened with coconut jelly. Uses their ultimate next action, advance forward. Tapioca. Every time a skill point is consumed, heal allies. Sure. Recommended characters. I mean, Got the follow-up attack damage. Silver Wolf Breaking will manage to give us more follow-up attacks off of Himiko.
More enemies. Time for a fun.
Time to twirl! What are you looking at?
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
I have something for you. Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Victory Rush! Now we just do our Herda ult.
This big diamond!
It's all yours!
All yours!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
And their ults are back already.
Never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl!
My Herta is also pretty built at this point. I just need to go farm some Stagnant Shadows, and then I can put them up to 70.
This combat needs This is double speed. Time for a buzz.
Oh dear.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
How many waves of this are there? Oh, 2 more cycles? Oh, we're just getting score. Okay.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
This is kind of fun.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond!
Alright.
It's all
I'm
yours!
just gonna use ults since we have them.
Get away.
Time to twirl!
You took the bait. Time for a buzz.
I have something for you.
More enemies.
Alright.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never
This should
conceals
get us
its
another
desire to
victory
control the
rush.
heavens, and I'm no exception.
Probably some Herdas. Spin to wins.
You won't get away.
And another victory rush.
Specimen sighted.
We're up to 40k. How high can we go?
Time for an overhaul.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
You won't get away.
Victory rush.
Can I have fun this time?
The Trotters are the
Time
dangerous
for a
ones.
fun. This combat needs optimizing.
So if
This
I'm
is
not
double
careful
speed.
and I don't break them
Time to twirl!
fast enough, they'll get immunity to
Oh,
break,
dear.
which kind of ruins my cycle.
To travel.
Whoa. Man, they're picking on Lynx.
Much obliged.
Perhaps you still. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
Boom.
And I'm no exception.
Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This big diamond!
There we go.
It's all yours! Time to twirl!
You took the bait. Time for a fun.
Alright. We got quite a few points there. I don't know what we were shooting for.
iCloud Quintet is a big...
Oh, we got an S. After combat, rewards. Attaining a certain score will sections of the Trailblazer. Legend of the Trailblazer. Hey, that's Lynx's name. Each character used each time will be the main character of the story. After all passages are required, you will receive limited rewards. Lynx, Silverwolf, Himiko, and Herta. Alright, scene of the chase. 50,000 points to get all rewards, but you only really need to get 2,500 points to get all of the stuff that super really matters. Getting to 40k gets me all the rewards I want. I don't really care about getting 5 of this stuff. Alright. And that was Tales of the Fantastic Chapter 1. Now we're off to Chapter 2.
When it's friends against trails?
It's time to write Act 2. Well, let's just look at this real quick.
Curved wood must be bent again to reach...
It's time to write Act 2. See, you can't take care of much when you're busy. I almost forgot that we agreed to meet. I've been keeping myself busy coming up with the rest of the plot. We may have a problem, which I haven't been able to find the answer yet. Based on your original story, after taking on the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, you almost immediately fought your decisive battle against Lord Ravager Phantilia. Don't you think that that's pushing the story along too fast? I mean, we did other stuff before we even got to the Alchemy Commission. We had to clear out the Artisanship Commission. We had to fix the Divination Commission. And honestly, not much happened before that. A 3-act structure would have been best. That's all I had. When I finished telling the story in a single session, and get the chance for one of my cliffhangers, goading everyone to buying tickets for tomorrow. Stay tuned for next time with Mr. Shinyan. And I'll tell you what, the protagonist model isn't perfect enough. If we do the plot this way, I've come up with an idea. I'm not sure what you think, so I'd like to run it by you. Nameless, you're not the only one, right? Those other heroes who have also thrown themselves into adventure. It's possible perhaps to fudge things a little so that you will be the one doing those deeds. Wouldn't that make me a fraud? Yeah, but I mean no. What I mean is, could some of the nameless heroic deeds be pulled together and attributed to a single archetypical character? Creating archetypes like this is easier for our audience to become emotionally involved. How about it? So then, there are any companions whose exploits are suitable for those to add to your story. There's one called Dan Hung. That's right, there was like a B plot with Dan Hung. Alright. This High Elder story of yours is interesting, but a little tricky to pull off. It branches off in all directions with some red herrings. It's way different from the masterpiece I've originally written about the High Cloud Quintet. Therefore, a drastic adaptation is required. We'll cut off everything apart from the beginning and the end. Maybe we can fix this story after all. Got a rough idea. Let's go to Scale Gorge Waterscape, and perhaps we'll be able to find inspiration beneath the statue of the High Elder.
iCloud Quintet is a fantastic story.
Oh, we don't teleport this time? I actually got to go down there on my own? I have a bowl of rice next to me in case anyone's curious. Just drink it in. Just looking at this magnificent statue of the High Elder causes inspiration to flood to my brain like a waterfall. I don't think that's what's going... I don't think they call that going soft on the head. Soft on the head. I wasn't being literal. I mean, torrents of storytelling and swirling are all in the waterfall of literature. The waterfall of literature? What? It is said that Can's power surged out of taking the elixir of the dragon oil, but alas, the Lord Ravager was still an emanator of the ruin author. How could a mere mortal hope to contend? It was then that Can realized that Vidara were descendants of dragons, whose high elders naturally possessed aeonic powers. And if those powers could be borrowed, transcendence shall be achieved. Did you say taking the elixir would be enough already? Ever hear of hyperbole? I studied at the Royal Academy on the Yaoqing, and I'm a professional playwright by trade. My writing has structure, and I would never be sloppy. Ahem. With the miracle elixir flowing internally and the High Elder's power protecting externally, a mere emanator, or even the ruin author themselves, would prove no match for Can. I'm not so sure Nanook would agree with you. Forget about the details. I told you, this is just the first draft and we'll revise it later. Just focus on the main plot. Back on the topic at hand, this scene should begin with you searching for the clues around the statue of the High Elder. Dropping adventure into every scene of the plot will definitely help us flesh out the protagonist model. I reckon this will take a better half of the day, just like last time. So why don't you go off and get ready? Fortify your stomach of yours for the bathroom first. What? No, back that up. This'll take the better half of a day, just like last time, so why don't you go off and get ready, fortify that stomach of yours, and go to the bathroom first. Come find me when you're ready. Oh boy. Alright. I'm ready. Let's begin. Recommended team level 68. Fire Ice Quantum. This team should be fine. Did you break into Scale Gorge Waterscape and try to beg me for the power of the High Elder? You're joking. Is this some kind of Outworlder joke? Who's speaking? Up here, I'm right in front of you. Don't turn a blind eye to me. Are you a statue? I am the statue of UB, the High Elder, steeped in the essence of moonlight. I have taken consciousness. Questionable. You're an Outworlder who doesn't even know who I am, and yet you dare to come here to claim the power of the High Elder so rashly. You'll never get your hands on it. Fine, I don't even want it. Can't you bend the rules once, please? Statue. Fine, I don't even want it. Quitting so soon? I thought the Nameless were supposed to be a tenacious and indomitable. But then again, it's nothing more than a statue. I can hardly lecture you. What about I set a trial for you? Pass it and you gain my recognition. And then I'll grant you whatever you wish, that is. Isn't the High Elder Don Fung? I wonder who the High Elder before Don Fung was. My wish is 3 more wishes. I'm not some genie in a lamp. We can talk about this again once you complete the trial. Centuries ago, Don Fung, the High Elder, got led astray in life, triggering the sedition of the Inhibitor Lunae, and leaving countless mirage echoes filled with hatred throughout the Scale Gorge waterscape. Few of them still clinging to vicious hatred, causing all kinds of ruckus that really starting to get good people. Starting to get to people. Please get rid of these ill-willed mirage echoes. That is the trial which I have for you. Alright, find the malicious mirage echoes. I'm gonna be so annoyed if I have to fight the monkey again. I hate fighting the monkey. Ugh. I hate it. Sense of existence. Document directly 36. What? The little foxy boy is run off. I've worked for the Realm King Commission for 500 years. I'll soon qualify to buy a townhouse in the Drifter Sanctum. What a pity. After this disaster, my reincarnated body has to keep working. Doesn't seem to be the one. They always mock me for being nothing. How can I earn the respect of the Preceptors? What is existence become visible every time the troublesome task presents itself? Office of Deep Sources document directly, Article 3632. The High Elder's dream of divination is not the one. How the VDR have not figured out an automatic file management system for their massive library, TISC. I was supposed to be chosen as High Elder, that cursed Don Fung. It was he who stole my rightful power from me. How did things end up? The Preceptors got the wrong person and plunged the Vidihara into crisis. Huh. That's exactly what they deserve. Alright. Miserable wretch.
Time for a fun.
SAS knowledge, the measure of truth. And
Adam looks shocked.
Scared yet?
0 points.
Everything is ordained by the stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Speed up.
Your answers? Answer me. Fail. 0 points.
One wolf down.
Time for a fun.
Who invited you? Huh?
Got the defense? A test. Fail.
Two wolf down.
Specimen sighted. You took the bait. Time for a fun.
And third wolf.
Scared yet?
This combat needs This is double speed.
Just put a bunch of debuffs on it.
I'm asking questions.
And you're dead. That should be it, right? Let's go report to the statue. Oh god, I don't have to walk all the way back? Thank goodness. The grievances hanging over Scale Gorge Waterscape have cleared a little. I think you needed to complete the trial. You're ready to live up to the moniker of the Nameless? Now that you completed the first trial, it's time for the second. How many trials are there now? You're making me do all the 13 labors, aren't you? Don't worry, this will be your final trial. Before this imprisonment, Don Fung buried all of the treasure deep within Scale Gorge Waterscape. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words. Rules are made to be broken. I wish not for Dominion, yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer. For those who don't get the reference, that's a Silver Tongue Tian quote from the Zhong Li trailer for Genshin Impact. What's all that about? Anyway, the second trial is to find the treasure, return it to the original owner, and reset the wheels of fate. I was not expecting a Genshin Impact reference. Anyway, the second trial is to find the treasure, return it to its original owner, and reset the wheels of fate. All this walking again. Find the secret treasure left by the High Elder. Questionable. Doesn't even say it in the quest description. Can't arrive at this place was immediately smelling the presence of long in the air. Treasures of High Elder lies. I said the smell is good. Let me see if there's a place to hide the treasure. Shatter everything. Fine, fine, don't break it. Stop, please. Hey, don't interrupt when I'm trailblazing here. Call that trailblazing? You're trail destroying. I made an error in judgment. This old Dragon Palace cannot withstand this kind of abuse. We just acknowledge that your heartfelt devotion, destructive power. And now just skip this part of the trial. Come back to the stench of the Hyatt or find me. We can go straight to the next step. That's funny. I wish not for Dominion, but I can't stand by and let the common folk suffer. So I was right about you. Being able to complete these trials proves you're a trustworthy person. Really? You don't want a couple more trials? No thanks, we're good. Truth always comes in threes. You may have passed the first two trials, but now comes the final and most important test. Please don't tell me that I'm not trusting. Because this third trial will answer what you seek, the power of the High Elder. We Vidyara naturally reincarnate this list in cyclical continuity. As the previous High Elder was abdicated and undergone hatching and rebirth, the new High Elder will be born once more. I want you to find this Vidyara egg and deliver the rebirth of the new High Elder. From then on, this new High Elder will be your help and support, and will help and support you in overcoming any hardships you may encounter. Go nameless. The help you seek is the help you seek is at hand. Soon to be born in Helling Hider thanks to the statue's guidance. We're gonna give birth to Don Fung? Or Don Hung? This is weird. Can found the luminous and Vidyara egg. Indeed, there was a creature about to break free from incubation, and so Can carefully delivered the new High Elder into re-existence. Shouldn't the Pearl Keepers be doing this? You're about to begin the delivery of the next High Elder. The climax of this story is about to start. Wait, really? I get left and right mixed up still. You call that delivering a newborn? Isn't that the screen for fixing stuff? I'm just using typical Zansho library device. Nothing special about it, okay? It's locked by Abacus circuitry. It's fixed by Abacus circuitry? Running operating system is running Abacus circuitry. Remind me again, why does delivery also involve abacus circuitry? I admit, it's a bit far-fetched, but I can't think of any other way of expressing things. Ah, forget it. That's our first draft for now. As for the exact details, I'll leave it up to future me, Mr. Xunyan, to worry about. Why does he refer to himself in the third person? All in all, with the help of Can, the newborn High Elder with the Vidyara successfully hatched from their egg, and thus reborn. Man, why couldn't we work with back and forth instead? Pretty tall for a newborn. Born wearing clothes? What's so weird about that? There's another Sancho classic tale that tells about a rich boy born with a silver spoon, or rather a jade abacus in its mouth. Wait, what? You were born with a computer in your mouth? The newborn can make divinations 500 years back and into the future. I can make divinations 500 years in the past, too. Why do I have to name it? Because you're the protagonist of the story, codenamed the new High Elder as... Cold Dragon Young, High Elder Mach 2000, John Doe. Cold Dragon Young, the meme. Cold as the frost, nimble as the dragon. Fitting name. As fate would dictate, Cold Dragon Young, the new leader of the Vidyara, has been reborn. But just as the two were immersed in the joys of the life reborn, crisis loomed imminent. A horde of disciples of Sanctus Medicus found this location. A freshly reborn High Elder that Outworlder took so many of our brothers and sisters, so this is where you are. Quick, take advantage of their weak position and rid it from once. Oh boy. Fear not, Can let me chant a clown to him to protect you. These schmucks are nothing to worry about. Faced with the advancing enemy, Can concentrated all her chi into her core radiance and shouted, "This is above my pay grade. Sobbing tears." Could it be some kind of passphrase? Now it's hardly the time of such despondent words. Alright, but the High Elder gave a clear shout and the battle began. Do we get the Dawn Hung buff? No, we don't.
Time for a buzz.
Who invited you?
Got the defense? Answer me. 0 points.
Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing.
SAS per Kibbe. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Fail.
I think something hit me. More enemies.
0 points.
One down.
Test. Fail.
60%.
You took the bait.
No manners, huh?
Answer me.
Ooh, we didn't get the follow-up there.
This combat need. This is double speed. Perfect.
Who invited you?
Travel.
This is already over.
I'm asking questions. Test.
I don't think they're going to live through one, let alone 2 of these. The damage multiplier on Ratio's follow-up attack is absurd. You would assume it's just launching his skill again as a follow-up attack, but no, it's like launching his skill again, but with like 180% extra damage. After this battle, Can and Cold Dragon Young forged an alliance in blood between which no one could ever hope to drive a wedge. Be patient, everyone. The next act, dear listeners, is our long-awaited martial arts fight scene. Traveler treasures the heart of Scions. Dragonlord commands the wrath of seas. If we put it like that, then this act will be complete too. Where did the long-awaited martial arts scene end up going? Didn't I mention martial arts scenes are the easiest at all, right? Just a couple of strokes of your protagonist model is all it takes. He soon let out a long, satisfied sigh with it. Oh boy. Protagonist model over to me. Scene is complete. Take some time, have a look at it, and feel free to share any feedback. What follows should be the climax and end of your story. So I need to think carefully about how it's written. It's getting late. We've both put in a lot of effort. I'll head back to Starscape Haven. Well, that was definitely something. Now we just gotta do the playing section of it. I guess I should mention this. Since the last time I've been streaming, I did finally get enough Herta pass thingies, so I could get another 5-star light cone from the simulated universe.
And gather your strength.
So now I have that light cone on my Doctor Ratio. Yeah. So if he's doing more damage, that's probably why. Because that light cone's kind of nutty. So as long as we get him to last hit, he's going to do the majority of the damage.
Storytelling is such an...
Curved wood must be bent again to...
Oh.
Curved wood must be bent again to reach...
Ah. Can't let go of my spellbinding story, can you? Who could resist being the protagonist of their own epic adventure? The protagonist model is so incredibly useful. I think that I've ended up writing a few more stories. I wonder what you think of them. So we can have 3 things on the protagonist model now. Enemies will keep spawning for 4 cycles to defeat as many as possible. What are the trial characters this time? Blade and Lacha. Life, Death, Polypore. An ally's HP is reduced during their own turn. Regenerate energy equals 55% of their max energy. Damage dealt by allies is increased by 50%. However, at the end of their turn, 10% of their current HP will be consumed. Yes! High Elder Mach 1000. Oh, that's the name they went with? Aw, Cold Dragon Young. Allies HP increases on 50. Allies attack increases 50. Allies crit rating 25. Attack! Elixir of Dragon Oil. At the end of every turn, restore 15% of their max HP. When ally receives healing, increase their crit damage by 100%. For every 1% of HP, the increased damage by... It's so risky. Let's just go with this. Now we're going to grab Blade Lacha. We'll grab Protagonist and Silver Wolf.
Can I have fun this time?
Let's settle this. Bloom. Unnecessary.
Alright.
The fight is set.
How many points can we get out of this? Fail to send ya.
More enemies.
That paradise may be unreachable from. Savor it for me.
Blade is such a busted unit. I feel bad that we didn't pull on his banner.
Repay.
But he's probably got one of my favorite kits so far. But we have Blade at home. We have Arlen. Or I hope to get Arlen at some point.
Time for a fun.
You impede me.
This combat needs This is double speed.
Break. Trotters are annoying.
Nothing major.
That paradise may be unreachable. Savor it for me.
Alright. We're up to 6K.
It's time.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The
Dead Return.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
We're just gonna keep spamming ults.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Time for
Hit
a
you.
fun.
I'll see you off.
Cycles remaining. We don't have a lot of points.
You took the bait.
Fail to send you. That paradise may be unreachable. Savor it for me.
Keep hitting ults. Keep hitting ults. Keep hitting ults. Keep hitting ults.
Receive divinity. Eternal sleep is not the dead return.
There we go.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
This combat needs optimizing.
Kill the Trotter,
This is double speed.
because you're annoying. Let's just do ults again.
The dead return.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double
Hit you.
speed.
You impede me. Your end approaches. Fail to send you.
Alright.
Time for a fun.
Fail to send soon.
It's time.
Eternal sleep is not the dead return.
There we go.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Just keep hitting them.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Boom. Boom.
Fail to send you.
You took the bait. Time for a fun.
Alright. We got over 30K. Didn't quite get to 50K though.
Telling is such an out.
Just barely fell short of 40K. But we're just trying to go through all of them, so. And anybody can pause and read through this at their own pace. Because I ain't gonna read all that. At least right now. I'll probably read it when I go through and edit this later. Reach 10,000 points in Scene 3. So we only need 10,000 in each to unlock the next one. Complete Chapter 3. And Chapter 3 is the final chapter. Alright, Tales of Fantastic, Chapter 3. We're almost at the end.
Curved wood must be bent again to reach...
When are we going to be done with our storytelling? So busy with all the storytelling, I almost forgot that we made preparations for this. Just you wait and see. Our next scene, the warrior quells Phantilia. Hero earns regalia. I've already put this whole scene together, but I'm just waiting for you for the final confirmation. Let's go straight to Scale Gorge Waterscape. I've prepared a little surprise for you. I have a bad feeling about this. Define surprise. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Don't worry, everyone can vouch for my reliability. Catch you at Scale Gorge Waterscape. To the base of the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor, I guess. Are we going just back to the entrance? Okay. Are we not going in? I guess it's dangerous. That makes sense. Oh god, Cold Dragon Young's here. You made it. Why don't you meet the surprise I've got waiting for you? Isn't this the character from before? Salutations, Your Highness. Kneel ye not. This custom has long disappeared from the Jiansho etiquette. Don't be scared. This is Shi Yun, famed actor from the Mellow Golden Mayor and Mercia Club. Shush! Don't mention my real name around here. You'll kill my flow and take me out of the zone. Call me by my role, which is what again? Cold Dragon Young? Yeah, that's right. Call me Cold Dragon Young. Alright then, Cold Dragon Young. You're emphatically correct. Can, the Mellow Golden Mayor and Merceria Club, picked up our story and is interested in potentially buying an adaptation rights. So let's show Cold Dragon Young the very warm welcome, okay? I can't believe the default name was High Elder Mach 1000. Look, he's made up exactly like I imagined Cold Dragon Young would be. Is this a child actor? Child actor, ha! I may have been fresh meat when I was debuted, but that was over 500 years ago. Now I'm an old hand now. You know, this is one of those questions I've never really stopped to consider. With a long life species, are you still at what point do you stop being a child actor if you've been acting for 500 years? Okay, enough gossip for now, Xinyan. Tell me more about your storytelling. Let's see if the role is worth me taking on. Can has been born anew after swallowing the miracle elixir. Has teamed up with the High Elder of the Vidyara. Right now, our hero is the talk of the town, unmatched with power and might. This was a time when Zanshu Lafu fell into crisis, when the Lord Ravisher Phantilia leading forces of the Ruin Author to rampage as they vowed to destroy the Lafu. Can, with weapon in hand, stood before Phantilia, bellowing out, "Beast, right here, right now, this will be the final resting place." Cold Dragon Young secretly activated the Cloud Hymn to protect Can. The battle could break out at any moment. The fate of the Zanshu Lafu rests on the outcome of this fight. Phantilia, time to settle the score once and for all. Am I actually going to fight Phantilia? That's not Phantilia. It says Phantilia at the top, though.
Time for a plunge.
Everything is ordained by... Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing!
SAS, knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Alright.
Answer me. 0 points.
Of immortality.
Eh.
Can I have fun this time for a fun?
Who invited you? Huh?
Your answers? A test.
We're just gonna keep cycling until we get an imaginary weakness on you.
Commencing research. Here, try this.
Not bad. 5 points.
Time for a fun. This combat need. This is double speed.
Or we can just keep stacking debuffs, upping our crit rate and crit damage.
Answer me. SAS knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
There we go.
Huh. More enemy. Time for a fun.
0 points.
That didn't matter. As the Lord Ravager met its demise, the curtain fell on the final scene of the story. I don't think Fantilia really looks like that. Really, I've never had the chance to personally see Fantilia, and I hope I never do. Since you've seen Fantilia before, could you tell me a bit more about what she looks like? There seem to be plants growing out on its back. I'll think about that. Any other features? Humongous, monstrously huge. Monstrously huge. I'm sure I can imagine. Looks incredibly ferocious. Ooh, when you put it like that, I think I've got it. Okay, this is definitely getting updated when we do our revisions. I don't care much about what Fantilia looks like. My only question is that it? There is still a coda, an epilogue, that comes afterwards. I haven't figured out exactly how it goes, but the main plot indeed reaches its conclusion here. I feel like this story is lacking a scintillating adventure. As an old theater hound, I've got a few pointers if you'd like to hear. If you could, please enlighten us. Firstly, Can's character development needs to be more compelling. Swallowing a medicinal pellet to get stronger may work in your world of storytelling, but it's long gone out of style in the Emersia genre. Secondly, rolling straight into the decisive battle after finding the High Elder makes that character seem like a plot device. His role should be more fleshed out. Thirdly, give me more screen time. I don't care in the slightest how your story gets told, but it's getting adapted into Emersia. You need to give me more screen time. That's what the Mellow Golden Mayor Emersia Club wants to see, and why they're interested in the acquisition. What a diva. With attitude like that, why don't you take my part and play the protagonist instead? These all seem mean. I honestly agree with all three of their points. Yes, it seems like you know your way around the Merceria industry. Please also try to understand the difficult situation I'm in here. I'm already at 500 years old, but I've stopped growing, so child roles are all I can do. Excuse me? Wait, you're gonna look like that forever? How does the fucking Vidyara work? Why doesn't Don Hung look that short? Don Hung's like 700. A few days back, an Emerceria troop wanted to paint me and my whole body green and have me play the role of some wise old master who spoke backwards and tutored young protagonists. They had you play Yoda? In some mystical martial arts. It's gonna be so humiliating. I'd rather play a young High Elder of the Vidyara without having to wear my prosthetics or paint. My producer even said that whether I can revitalize my career all depends on your adaptation. So this story into an Merceria. And it'll be so demoralizing. I've come up with some new ideas right now. Your feedback is well received, and it's easy enough to make adjustments accordingly. Can't ask Cold Dragon Young. This Lord Ravager has the very powers of this world at fingertips. How can we mortals ever hope to defeat it? The High Elder of the Vidyara certainly replied, with our forces combined, we should be evenly matched against the Lord Ravager. But a divine weapon would guarantee victory. The book implies the Cold Dragon Young retains memories from the previous reincarnations, including the secrets of forging such an ancient and ultimate weapon. Great, now we're just taking Blade's story as well. This next scene is called Forging Weapon, Purging Demon. What do you think? Are you both ready? Let's work together. Let's bring this story to a nice conclusion. Alrighty. Sure. We'll swap you out for Sampo. Got a lot of debuffs. A lot of debuffs from my ratio. Fantilia seized the Ambrosial Arbor's power and created the invincible body. It's unkillable. Even I, as the High Elder, remain powerless against it. Can, if you really want to purge this beast from the Zan show, you'll have to forge a divine weapon. The life-destroying, star-shattering Blade of Truth plus 12. The power level increase sounds a little extreme. That name sounds pretty formidable. What's with the plus? I get it. It's a plus 12 weapon. I'll just follow Zian's script. First draft's usually pretty sloppy, it doesn't matter. To stand in the hope of standing toe-to-toe against Fantilia, there's going to be two parts needed to forge this star-shattering Blade of Truth. One is a hilt forged from the wood of the Ambrosial Arbor, the other is a blade forged from the embers of the Rainbow's Luxaro, known as the Ignis Aureli. We're at Stargazer Navalia, search for materials to craft the sword hilt. Won't it be dangerous crafting a hilt from the Ambrosial Arbor's wood? Where can I find arbor wood at the Stargazer Navalia? You might not be aware of the seeds used by the Zan show to grow the star skiffs at the same origin. I actually am aware of those seeds. Using such wood can make the sword hilts will be the same as using wood straight from the arbor. But it's more than enough to defeat the mere Lord Ravager. So I was right. The Zanshu Lafu are just a bunch of hypocrites. They're using technology gained from the Ambrosial Arbor. They're literally just using abundance tech to fight abundance. Yet shunning other people who use the abundance in any way. What a bunch of hypocrites. I don't really like the Lafu people all that much. Or at least I don't like their ideology. Now then, we need some Starskiff growth boosters to stimulate these seeds. That'll give us enough materia to make a hilt. It's always been a Starskiff nursery here, and there should be plenty nearby. Let's take a look around and see if we can use what we've got at hand. Okay. Just grab a crate. This should be the growth booster Cold Dragon Young was looking for. Let's take it back to him. Growth booster. Did you find the growth booster? Let me taste it and see if it's any good. Is it safe to taste this stuff? The top note has a faint whiff of alien perfume. This is of high quality. Next, we need a suitable Starskiff seed, and we'll be able to cultivate it into a good sword hilt. Next, it's time to choose the Starskiff seed from which to cultivate some good material for the sword hilt. Let's go this way first. High Elder set in meditation as you perform the Cloud Hymn. Seed grew explosively, sprouting wild tendrils. Seconds like a thick tangle of roots. How did that happen? I guess this was the wrong seed. The seed grew explosively, spouting rapidly into the hull of a ship. It grew straight into a star skiff. Our growth boosting experiment failed. No one can wield a star skiff in combat. I beg to differ. Alright, last one. Third time's the charm, right? Let's make a star skiff. The seed in the vessel gradually sprouts and continuously twigs converging into one, as if an invisible hand was weaving it into the shape of a hilt. Wonderful, a hilt made out of the ambrosial arbor. Can hope to withstand the rainbow's residual power in the Ignis Aurelie, so it will not harm its wielder. Now let's head over to the Alchemy Commission. If memory serves from a previous life are correct, the Ignis Aurelie, which can be cast into the divine weapon, is stored there. Oh boy. Now what? What do we have to do to get this fucking rainbow artitor nonsense? This star-shattering blade of truth is a divine artifact once wielded by Don Feng. This edition of the Inhabitor Lunae. So Don Hung's spear. It is said that a sword is mightier than when hidden. Therefore, the Ignis Aurelie away from potential thieves before he was imprisoned. Fortunately, I still retain memories from my previous lives and can dimly recall that Don Feng has hidden a map somewhere deep in the Alchemy Commission that shows where the Ignis Aurelie is. Perhaps we can find this and the treasure will be practically revealed to us. Isn't Fetch Quest a bit overused? So what? International Peace Entertainment has shot over 60 films in the Alan Jones treasure hunting franchise. Oof, shot at it. That reminds me, I still need to watch the 5th Indiana Jones film. Treasure hunts are family-friendly fun. I don't know about family-friendly, but they're definitely fun. It's like the first Indiana Jones movie was like a Nazi movie. If I remember, the treasure map is around here somewhere. This is a wide search area. How am I supposed to find a treasure map in all of this? Oh, it's right there. I passed it. This here's the map showing where the Ignis Aurelie is. Let's track down the location shown, and you'll be moments away from creating a divine weapon. Isn't that like where we just were? Oh, we have to go all the way further ahead. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, that looks like it's like literally right next to the forge. Man, these elevators are slow. Hey, all the enemies are despawned. Which just makes this walk even more boring. What was the point of the map? I could see it. After all these twists and turns, Can never thought things would end up right back at the start, under the almighty Orate Elixir Furnace, the Alchemy Commission. The word Orate pertains to the word gold. Dan Feng hiding the treasure here is like hiding a tree in a forest. So close, yet undiscovered by several hundred years. How do you like my little callback from the mini cliffhanger? Stares speechlessly. Didn't any of the alchemists around here ever notice it? No sooner said than done. Just as Can and Gold Dragon Young were about to dive headfirst into the elixir cauldron and unearth the Ignis Aurelia, a group of figures blocked their path. Oh ho, looking for a fight, are we? Some good old treasure garden villainy, huh? Under the orders of Master Fantilia, I hereby vow to cut you all down. How cunning. Realizing Can and the others' usual actions, Fantilia was planning on using the treasure as bait to lure the Nameless into a trap. This devil is delusional. Taste the might of our Lawfu Vidyara. Come and get it, puny worms.
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
Test.
We're just having fun.
Alright, wind shear on everybody.
Here, try this.
Good as new. This combat needs This is double speed.
Now we just gotta get you. While everyone else focuses down the targets.
Answer me. 0 points.
More business, eh?
Alright, now we got the attack buff from the light cone.
To travel.
Cleanse and top off.
Deep breath.
Good as new.
Test. SAS Perkibi. Knowledge, the measure of
wanna-
truth, and
All of you dead.
Time for a buzz.
Answer me. 0 points.
This combat needs This is double
Lower your
speed.
defense. Sampo can probably just break you. Never mind, the
You
quantum
took
broke you.
bait.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I
Now we
charge
got
extra.
2 turns of Dr. Ratio with really good attack.
Test.
Here, try this.
I owe you one.
That's a lot of damage. Fantilia assumed dispatching crack troops would be enough to win. Little did it know that today Can had the High Elder's support and was stronger than before. The Antimatter Legion was routed before long and utterly annihilated without a trace. With a flick of his sleeve, the High Elder elegantly moved his hands in billowing clouds as if communicating telepathically the huge elixir crucible before him. A strange light burst forth from the crucible. By the way, this is where the VFX artist can add some immersia special effects and a lump of molten brilliance concealed in condensed condensation forms in the air. This is the Ignis Aurelia that could cast the star-shattering Blade of Truth. Plus 12. With the Ignis Aurelia in hand, the next step was to forge it into an instrument. This arduous task will need a trip to the Artisanship Commission and borrow the Creation Furnace. Let's hit the road. we going to fight Vantilia with a bunch of buffs for score later? It's been a rough journey, Can. But now that everything's in hand, we can start the business of forging this star-shattering blade of truth. 3 conditions we need to meet in order to forge: divine weapon, sacred materials. You know what the other 2 are? Some random world-building rules you just made up? Is this girl gonna be okay on set? Totally unprofessional. It's okay, my old friend. The esteemed guest has rescued the Lafu, and naturally, she is no ordinary layperson. After all heroes have had a bit of an ego. Alright, let's continue. After 2 conditions, we need to create the divine weapon that are right here in our artisanship commission. As they say, you need the right tools for the job. Without the smelting equipment and the bona aqua here, creating divine weapon would be impossible. As for the last condition, it's about how about we forge the weapon. Fortunately, I still have memories from my previous life to serve us. If you remember everything, doesn't that mean you're basically Don Fung? Let's put aside that for the time being. The profound philosophical concept of who am I? The forging process for the divine weapon is like this. Listen to me. Heaven reigns aqua vitae, flames forged, veritas ordain. Aether tilts askew, arbor ports anew, root bathes in imperial dew, iron grows in ephemeral hue, blade shatters starscape, jade eclipses aggro shade. Did you get all that? This verse doesn't rhyme that perfectly. And that's pretty picky. I didn't write this part anyway. So take the criticism with the poetry to the author. Got it. Next to the depths of the artisanship commission, use the formula to forge a weapon. Okay. I just want to get to the point with sword get. Forging the weapon. Step 1. What am I doing again? Bona aqua. I don't really know. Whatever. Truth of the weapon, star-shattering blade of truth, the weapon's solid name, and it's been dragged through the mud since the fall of the High Elder. Now that you've recast it in skill and precision, why not give it a new name? Big Sword. Reaper of Nexus Modder. Imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon. Hang on. What's with the laser cannon about? Imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon. But based on my screenplay, this should be called the Stargazing Blade of Truth. Who said the star-shattering Blade of Truth can't actually be a laser cannon? The market is saturated with boring superhero inertia, and the audience wants something new. Out with the old and in with the new. Let's use imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon here and give them a bit of a sci-fi shock. How about it, Shinyan? Are you interested in selling this script anymore? Fine, you two are simply too much. An imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon it is. What you want, then it's an imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon it is. Oh boy. Imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon reborn once more and settled in Can's hand, who suddenly felt invincible. With dragon oil elixir flowing internally, the Vidihara idler's powder protecting externally, and Hero gripped onto this world-devastating divine blade, imaginary intrakinetic portable tactical laser cannon. At this time, there is only one thought in Can's hand. Lord Ravager must be destroyed, and so the Zansho can remain in peace. Grand finale. Imaginary interconnected portable laser cannon. Dear God, why? Well, we finished all the story segment, and that only took about 2 hours. Now we just gotta do all the little fighting segments, I assume. Two heroes plunge deep into Scale Gorge waterscape, only to see a black shadow enshrouding the ambrosial arbor. It was none other than the root of all evil, the one trying to overthrow the Zansho, Phantilia. Right here, right now, the critical moment, Phantilia to absorb the abundance's power from the ambrosial arbor. Lord Arbiter steered. Reckless ants, accept your fate. Raise the divine weapon fiercely, drop the line. Will this blow pierce through the stars? Hasta la vista, baby. Pierce the stars. Ah, I fucking hate the monkey.
Trickier to crack.
Your answers? Answer me. Fail.
Deep breath. Good as new.
I'm asking questions. A test. 0 points. SAS. Knowledge. The measure of truth.
Just get as much damage in as possible, as quickly as possible.
Fail.
Here, try this.
I owe you.
To travel.
Just keep popping off. I hate fighting the monkey. The monkey is annoying.
More enemies.
0 points. Answer me. Fail.
Alright.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
Specimen sighted.
This combat needs...
Lower defense.
This is double speed.
A test. 0 points.
We're just having fun.
We got there. Hate fighting the monkey. Monkey is annoying. As Phantilia bodies crashed down, the crisis of the Zansho Lafu came to an end. For now, however, just as the Can and the Cold Dragon Young were getting ready to celebrate, an evil creature lurking in the deep within the depths reached out from the malevolent talons. Hold on a second. Ah, don't worry, I've told you many times already. The battle scenes write themselves. It's fine, I'll finish them up later. Phantilia does not look like that. And this is based on your descriptions. Plants on back, monstrously huge and ferocious. Forget it. Just forget about that. Treat it as part of an artistic process. The budget for shooting a Merceria would shoot through the roof if it really wanted to capture the ferocious and accurate likeness of Lord Ravager. Yes, that's right. Don't worry about these details. I'll revise them later. I'll keep looking, going, and the story of the denouement then. Doesn't March have pictures we could show? Faced with an enemy of unprecedented power, that will become the Trailblazer and the High Elder of the Vidyara. Next scene for our final decisive battle, the Zansho laments the woes of age. Trailblazer fails the sanctum of exaltation. Wait a second, do I fail in this? Come on, it's just a gimmick for the next scene's preview. I'm not gonna kill you off. You finally finished it. Thank you both for my help. The script is mine. It is pretty much done now. Looks like I'm not needed anymore. Alright, I'll head off. Remember to send the revisions once you're done so we can sync up. Ah, yes, definitely. As for Miss Can, you're still waiting to see the wrap of the story, right? I'll get writing immediately. You never dream of wasting your time. This is a travesty. It's horrific. Some might even say wacky. Get some cash from his IP. Shortly after, he raises his proud head and hands over the manuscript to you. Now the final scene, epic finale of our story is finally completed. Sancho laments woe's age, Trailblazer fails, sanctum of exaltation. I hope you can give me some feedback and read through it. Aside from that, I also written down some side stories for your adventures in Sancho. Feel free to come have a read whenever you have time. Legend of the Trailblazer. Oh boy. I almost forgot. Having dinner tonight with some playwrights from the Mellow Golden Mare Immersia Club. Maybe I really am going to make it on the big stage. I have to get home and wash up, shave, change my clothes. So much to do. See you next time. And that concludes chapter 3. Oh my god. That was horrific. Now all that's left is get 30,000 points. And just see what each of these buffs get now. The laser cannon, imaginary photokinetic, something laser cannon.
Get some rest while you can, and gather your strength.
When it's friends against trails?
Alright. Let's see what we got. We get Serval and Sampo trial characters. Reaper of Nexus Modder 1. Oh, that's the name that they go with? I don't get my laser cannon? Phooey. Enemy target is defeated, 60% chance to inflict the same DOT. When a skill or ultimate is used, the target is currently inflicted with DOTs. All DOTs suddenly applied to the target immediately deal damage. We'll do the reapply. High Elder, Mach 3000, Mach 4000, Mach 5000. All eyes effect take rate increased by 100. I already have pretty decent effect hit rate. We don't need to buff that. We just want to buff attack. Skill expert John Doe. Follow up attack expert John Doe. Ultimate expert John Doe. DOT expert. Imaginary interconnected portable tactical laser dart. Damage dealt by characters outside of their own turn is increased by 120%. Alright. So we're gonna grab this. Boop, boop. Okay. 10,000 points should be easy.
Stay back, Clara.
Keep up!
We're just having fun.
Ready to lose your...
You can fight it, or rock with it! Perfect. I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
Alright.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora!
Maybe we'll put bleed on people.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Pretty good crowd today.
Turn it up!
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
So much DOT. Look at them points.
To travel far.
Top off.
Thanks. I'll never forget you.
This song's for you. Keep up.
They should come back.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it, or rock with it.
Stay back, Clara.
Or are we up to 32,000?
I want to protect everyone.
Still have a whole other cycle to go through.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Just get all that DOT.
Deep breath.
I owe you one.
Time for the main event. Let's rock.
They should come back.
I need to be brave.
Hide.
Alright. Look at all these DOTs stacking.
Stay back, Clara. Are you alright?
I'm okay. I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Star.
Boy, is Clara taking a lot of damage.
Time for the main event. Ready to lose your... You can fight it.
Man, we actually hit
or rock
50K.
with it.
I might off-screen see if I can get 50K on all of them. The fact that I got it here means that it's probably not outside of my ability to do so.
They should come back.
We're just having fun.
Target threat index lower. Eliminating threat.
We got there. Which means we get all the rewards. Yeah. S. We only got A here. So I'm gonna go back and do that later. But moving on to fighting Dun. That's not gonna be easy. So we get Himiko Herta again. Star Shattering Blade of Truth. We're going all full follow attacks. Increase attack. Make sure we stay healthy. All points received from using follow-up attacks increased by 50%. Ah, so this is just points. Alright. Team set up. So we'll use... Boop, boop. 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 I didn't hit confirm. Should work.
Honored to meet me. Hey!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
I have something for you. You won't get away.
Time to twirl! Commencing research.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire
So
to control
this
the
kills the
heavens.
trotters. We'll
and
save our
I'm no
ults for the
exception.
trotters this time to maximize points.
Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours. Time to twirl.
Oh, did we crash? Ah, it's got done. But hey, we're halfway to our goal already.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
They should come back.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl. What are you looking at? Time to twirl. Do you know who I am? This big diamond.
Come on, one more break for Himiko. There it
You won't get
is.
away.
Time to twirl.
You won't get away.
Ooh, we got the back-to-back. Chain.
I have something
We're
for
already
you.
at the cap. We have so many turns left.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals
We'll get a
its desire
follow-up
to control
from
the heavens,
Himiko, probably.
and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl. Time to twirl.
God, this is ridiculous.
Commencing research.
Eliminating threat.
To travel.
I'm just want to top off now, so we can save energy.
Much obliged. Time for an overhaul.
On my mark.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond. It's all yours.
Here stands the Silvermane Guard.
I won't break.
They should come back.
Time to twirl. I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate.
I have something for you.
So we killed Dun. Is that just everybody gone?
I won't break. Specimen
That's bad. I was gonna talk you off.
I need to be brave.
Hide.
You won't get away.
Stay close. Not a step back.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Just give it up.
Here, try this.
We've already gone over the cap score, so
Annihilate.
You won't get away.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr.
really sucks that Dun killed
I
Herta.
have something for you.
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
You won't get away.
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Man, we're just shooting for high score at this point. We got to the goal. That was pretty fun, actually. Herta is not built for defense. Alright. Give me my rewards. All the rewards. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh wow. Sounds like I think the new roommate's moving in today. Might be tomorrow, but I can definitely hear activity in the rest of the building. Alright, what are we fighting? Oh, it's the Arumaton Gatekeepers. Get Blade and Lacha again. So So let's try this again. If allies' HP is reduced during their own turn, regenerate energy. Damage dealt by allies is increased by 50%. However, 10% of HP will go damage up. Let's see. Just go more attack. Dragon on every return increase HP. Ally receives healing crit damage up. For every 1% ally more damage. We're going all in on damage. Points from skills, points from follow-ups, points from ultimates. Yeah, we'll do bonus points from ultimates. Boop, boop. We'll go boop. Boop. I keep forgetting to not hit confirm. We're going all in on Blade. The goal is Blade. Blade hit hard. Blade hit fast. Blade hit a lot.
You impede me. Your end approaches.
It's time.
Specimen sighted.
Eternal sleep is the dead return!
You impede me. Fail to send you.
Alright.
It's time.
That paradise may be savor it for me.
Receive divinity. Repay.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Alright. This is the enhanced basic.
Commencing research.
I don't know why I brought
A
links.
blade knows no mercy.
We already have a healer.
Let's settle this. Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
Alright. How are we doing on points? We are not getting any points.
To travel far.
We only have 10k.
Nice teamwork.
This is kind of annoying. 257.
The fight is set.
We're only getting about 280 per attack.
Fail to send you.
That's 2k from that.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
Receive divinity.
The dead
Eternal
return.
sleep is not the dead return!
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Come on, give me points. Only getting about an 800 from that.
To travel far.
Just nope.
Unnecessary.
Specimen sighted.
Major.
Lance at the ready.
That's really annoying. This is our last cycle.
I think something bit me.
Too little.
Failed to send you.
To travel far.
Gotta make it count.
Nice teamwork.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
I think something bit me.
Failed to send.
Thank you.
Eternal sleep is not the dead return! You chose the wrong enemy.
And we're not getting any points from these
I'm
things.
on guard. Not a scratch.
Man,
dispatch
and
you.
Lacha just keep getting stun locked.
Commencing research.
Fail to send you.
I think I can do this, but I'm probably gonna have to bring a better character. I keep bringing Lynx when I don't need to. Who has a good AoE ult? I think Serval would have been good for this one, actually. Alright, last one. And we're going up against the thing out of space. We get Serval and Sampo again, so we'll use that same setup we did from last time. The loop. Effect hit rate, no, we just go attack. Weakness break, efficiency, no, we don't need that. Affected, they receive, outside of turn damage. And DOT. Boop, boop. And yeah, that way we got more DOTs to deliver. 80% burn inflict on Asta is pretty okay. Plus, it's another type that we cover.
No manners, huh?
That's one DOT.
Turn it up.
More business,
Two
eh?
DOT.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it or rock with it. This song's for you.
Keep up.
And now we boost the
What are you waiting
DOTs.
for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Everything is ridiculous. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. Perfect. Deep breaths. To travel.
Alright, how many points are we getting? Not many. That's decent.
Scared yet?
Pretty good crowd today.
Turn it up.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it.
And
or
here we go.
rock with it.
2K.
We're
17K.
just having fun. What are you waiting for?
Boosted
To
them
betray my
again.
customers,
We're halfway
I
there.
charge extra.
Specimen sighted.
Who invited you? Huh? This song's for you. Keep up.
Just look at all those dots.
I think something bit me.
No manners, huh?
Let's refresh that dot.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it or rock with it.
There's the thing out of space.
I owe you. We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers,
Right?
I charge extra.
Who invited you? Huh? Turn it up.
That's not good.
Watch your face.
To travel far.
That's real bad.
Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Commencing research.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it or rock
on.
with it. Keep up.
We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Nice.
Here, try this.
I owe you.
No manners, huh? Huh?
You might get there.
Turn it up. Ready to lose your... You can fight it or rock
Almost
with
at
it.
50K. There it is, 50K. We hit the threshold. Ooh, that hurts.
Who invited you? Everything is ordained by the... Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. Pretty good crowd today. Keep up.
To travel far.
Sample's gonna be the last attack of the turn,
I owe you.
so we're not gonna get to see any of these DOTs pop, sadly. But we broke 50K at the end. Which means we got there in the end.
Is such an out.
That finishes all of the tales. And then we get this reward at the end for Tracks of Destiny. Which means all that's left is to thumb through this story. Complete all pages. Alrighty. And I'm going to slowly pan through this as we do our little bit of an outro. So, I feel like this was much more interesting than I thought it would be. Considering the Boulder Town questline was just battles with like nothing behind it, there was actually story attached to this, which makes it feel a little bit more worthwhile. and there was a lot more control with what buffs I could and could get. Whereas the Boulder Town one, it feels like there's a lot of RNG involved. So I'm not exactly able to just do that repeatedly. We're going to be able to get all the rewards here. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to go back and get 50,000 points on the ones that I didn't get on stream, because we were pretty close and we just need maybe to do a little bit of a more optimized team building and more optimized buff building. So yeah, lastly, if you guys want to see when I'm going to go live, the Discord is the place to do that. It'll also keep you updated with whether I'm going to be doing reactions in the future, and it's also going to keep you updated on pretty much any other events that I'll be doing. We had a guest on not too long ago to make them play through a game that I'm actually a big fan of, so hopefully we'll do more streams like that in the future. We'll maybe even do some Jackbox streams as well. But this is just another one for the backlogs. I look forward to seeing you all in the next stream, video, or wherever I see you. Until next time, bye-bye.